Now, here's what really happened, and the ME has also put out the statement. Let me just take you through what New Delhi is saying. There were about 20 to 25 youth who protested the killing, the brutal lynching and immolation of Deepu Chandra Das in Delhi. Dhaka says, how did the protesters enter secure diplomatic zone? Delhi has then said protests for minority protection and that there was no security breach. It was just a peaceful protest against what happened in Bangladesh. To which Dhaka says Bangladesh's diplomats face death threats, inadequate security. India has ensured foreign mission safety as per the Vienna Convention, and they have been assured of this also. Bangladesh claims that ensuring diplomatic mission safety as per international conventions is supposed to be a priority. Now, let's just take a look at some of the other information that we're getting right now. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall at the Dhaka University, it's now been renamed. It's called Osman Hadi Hall. Now, this is a development that we've been tracking for you also. So, this is the latest that we're getting right now. The hall here, the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall at the Dhaka University has been renamed Osman Hadi Hall. For more on this, we have with us Shami Al-Mehdi. Thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast this morning. This is what we were discussing yesterday also. Let's first start by talking about the significance of this renaming, especially under Muhammad Yunus.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Well, the fact is the renaming is not official yet. The Dhaka University Central Students Union, which is called DAKSU here, they claim that the authority have to change two particular hall. One was named after Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall, and the other was Sheikh Fazilatunisa Mujib Hall. So they demanded to rename both of these halls as Sharif Osman Hadi Hall and Felani Hall. So after the demand, by around 3 o'clock yesterday, they came in front of the Vice Chancellor's office and they sieged the entire area and giving so many slogans. You know, there are many slogans right now happening. So they demanded renaming these particular two halls, but the front gate and the nameplate has been already changed by them. So this is what you see in the picture. And the girls from the Fazilatunisa Mujib Hall, they came and their representative told that they will decide their hall's name by their own, not by any particular organization. And they demanded their hall to be renamed as Captain Sitara Begum, who was a freedom fighter. And later on, the student leaders from the Central Students Union, Dhaka University Central Students Union, they also demanded some other things also. They demanded that faculties, officials, and regular office holders of Dhaka University who stood against the July revolution, there should be administrative action taken for them. They demanded the authority have to, take some steps to that maybe is stepping them down, or it's like taking any kinds of special action against them. So that's their demands. It seems like actually they want to totally banish any people who is actually kind of supporter or stayed for the previous regime. That's one thing. And they didn't even they also mentioned the one thing that they want to vanish all kinds of names which are related with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's family. That is the thing, because in the previous regime, which is a fact also, that there are so many places was named by the members of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's family, and at one time it become a viral thing. It was like anyone is establishing a building, it was named by any member of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's family, and it wasn't even decided by the government. So there are so many people and the entities that did it for their own gain or own profit. It was like catching the eye. I'm naming my building, or I'm naming this my institution as these names. So it was something like that. There was, from my own opinion, because whenever I stepped out of the metropolitan city, I seen everything is by everything is named by their name. So how did it happen? So many people told us, well, this is not always forced by the government or the political team. There are so many people, they think like, or the government officials also, who deals the files. Actually, they feels like, if I name this building or
All
name this
right.
institution as something like that, it will
All right.
give me some bits. That's it.
All right, Shami, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that. Now, we're getting more information. In an interview, former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, spoke on the rising anti-India sentiment that we're seeing in Bangladesh and has blamed Mohammed Yunus for this entire mess. Says this hostility is being manufactured by extremists whom the Yunus regime has further emboldened. As you know, the situation right now, the security climate in Bangladesh remains volatile, to say the least. And in light of this, former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has spoken about this anti-India sentiment, saying that it is under the Yunus regime that this entire crisis is being manufactured by extremists whom Yunus regime has further emboldened. For more on this, we have with us Siddhant Mishra. Siddhant, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. Now, Siddhant, we've been seeing what's really playing out in Bangladesh. These statements that have come out by former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, how do you assess the significance of this?
Well, that's right. So Sheikh Hasina has made a very valid point. In fact, this is exactly what India has also been saying, that now she has to say that these are the same extremist groups who the Yunus regime has emboldened. They are the same actors who marched on the Indian embassy, attacked media officers, attacked minorities, and who forced my family and me to flee for our lives. Yunus has placed such figures in positions of power and released convicted terrorists from prison. In fact, she also spoke about India's concern over the safety of its diplomatic missions and diplomatic staff in Bangladesh. In fact, she says that, I'm sorry to say, a responsible government would protect diplomatic missions and prosecute those who threaten them instead. In fact, Sheikh Hasina from the very beginning has been raising these issues, that how the convicted people are being released, with those with the radical mindset, etc., have been released by the Yunus government. How the radical forces are taking the center stage in the politics of Bangladesh, and in fact, in this interview also, she once again reiterated that.
All right, well, Siddhant, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that. Let's shift our focus for now. Let's talk about what's happening when it comes to the Save the Aravalli campaign. What started as a campaign to save the Aravalli mountain belt, it's now turned into a political face-off of sorts. In its November judgment, the Apex Court has accepted the recommendations of a committee of Ministry of Environment on a uniform definition of the Aravalli hills and ranges. Let me just take you through this. Aravalli Hill will be defined as any landform in designated Aravalli districts with an elevation of 100 meters. Now, this is the operational bit. 100 meters or above its local relief, and an Aravalli range will be a collection of 2 or more such hills which are within 500 meters of each other. A report by Forest Survey of India indicates that only 1,048 hills of the total 12,081 hills mapped across multiple states meet this 100-meter criterion. Several environment activists have flagged concerns about this criterion, putting a large part of this belt at risk. The opposition too has been attacking the centre. Government says that it's wrong to conclude that mining is permitted in all landforms below 100-meter height. Centre has also slammed the misinformation campaign, is what they're calling it.
First of all, let me show you exclusive visuals from the Aravalli range. This is the area. We are currently in the Alwar district of Rajasthan, and these are the exclusive visuals of Aravalli range. Now, this hill that you are now currently witnessing is less than 100 meters, right? Now, according to the new rules also which are published by the PIB, we saw that, even if there are 100 meters of, hilltops and the side by slopes, even those slopes will be protected. But if you see this area, none of the hill range, like the Aravalli hill range here, is more than 100 meters, which completely puts these hills on risk. You can see this entire area has been destroyed by land miners. You can see this was an original Aravalli hilltop, and as you can see above, there are still parts of trees remaining which are actually holding the hilltop, which these are the original indigenous trees, plants that we used to see that used to hold the hilltop, where we could say that yes, Aravalli ranges are actually holding up water, groundwater, they are balancing the ecological system. But as you can see behind me, this entire hill has been destroyed. And not just this, the matter of concern here is that just 1 kilometer away from this active blast site, there are actually people living here.
All right, for more on this, we have Aman Sharma live with us. Aman, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. Now, what we're really seeing here is that there are a lot of concerns that close to 92% of this entire mountain belt is essentially excluded by way of this new definition that has come about. There are also claims of mining, which the centre is now rejecting. What's your take on this?
See, what is happening is there are contrasting claims from both the sides. While the activists and the Congress in Rajasthan is saying that 90% of the Aravallis has been exposed to mining due to this particular order of the Supreme Court, which came in November, December this year. What the BJP and what the government of India is saying that the facts are totally the opposite. In fact, they are saying after this order, less than 1% of the Aravallis are exposed to mining. This order is in fact gone further to protect the Aravallis. Let us lay out the facts that the Supreme Court, put it out its order earlier this month, saying that, there should be regarding a uniform policy level definition of the Aravalli ranges. So what has happened is that all the states agreed to adopt a uniform criterion of 100 meters above local relief for regulated mining in the Aravalli region. And this particular 100 meters limit has been followed by Rajasthan since 2006. That is what the minister, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, and the top BJP sources are now saying. The only thing which happened now is that this 100-meter limit became objective and transparent and uniform all across all the 4 states. One important clarification that the government is giving, that while 100 meters and above hills are totally excluded from grant of mining licenses, the Aravalli range has also been explained that anything which exists within 500 meters of 2 adjoining hills of height 100 meters or more, they are also excluded from the purpose of grant of mining licenses. So it is wrong to conclude the government is saying that mining is permitted in all landforms below 100 meter height, because if that particular landform falls between 200 meter height hillocks, 500 meter range, that is also exempted from mining. And that is what the government is saying, that calculation the government is claiming shows that actually less than 1% of the Aravalli range is now exposed to mining. In fact, the order of the Supreme Court has gone ahead to save the Aravallis rather than damage the Aravallis. This is a completely different argument from what the activists are saying. Also, top BJP sources are telling me that the Aravalli norms, this 100-meter norms, were framed and implemented actually during Congress rule. District-wise maps were issued in 2003 when Mr. Ashok Gehlot was the chief minister. The claim that 90% of the Aravallis will be destroyed is completely false and misleading. That is what the government is saying. All decisions, in fact, related to the Aravallis are judicial decisions, not political. They're all based on the explicit written orders of the Supreme Court. In fact, on 20th November 2025, just last month, the Supreme Court accepted the recommendations of a committee led by the Central Environment Ministry, which consisted of officials from all the states as well.
All right. Well, Aman, thank you so much for joining us for that and for more information on that. Also, we're also getting some reactions which have been pouring in. Let's just listen into some of these.
पहला तो मैं आपको ये स्पष्ट करना चाहूँगा कि हम एक लंबे समय से ग्रीन अरावली वॉल के लिए कार्य कर रहे हैं और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी एक लंबे समय से पिटीशन चल रही है। अरावली रेंज जो है दिल्ली, हरियाणा, राजस्थान और गुजरात, ये 4 राज्यों में फैली हुई है। लगभग 1,44,000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर के एरिया में सबसे पुरानी पर्वत श्रृंखलाओं में है और इस पर्वत श्रृंखलाओं में गांव भी है, कृषि भूमि भी है, शहर भी है, इंडस्ट्रियल बस्तियां भी हैं, रामसर साइट्स भी हैं, प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट भी है, रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट भी है और हम पूरी तरीके से प्रतिबद्ध हैं कि ये जो पर्वत श्रृंखलाएं हैं ये हरी भरी रहनी चाहिए। इसके साथ ही इसमें एक प्रोटेक्शन के मानक भी तय होने चाहिए और हमने ग्रीन अरावली वॉल मूवमेंट भी चलाया और उसके लिए लगातार पिछले साल भी उदयपुर में मैंने बैठक करके सभी अरावली में आने वाले जिलों के डीएफओस की मीटिंग ली, वर्कशॉप ली। ये जो पिटीशन है ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक लंबे समय से चल रही थी और सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के द्वारा यह कहा गया कि अरावली के क्षेत्र में जो अवैध खनन हो रही है उस अवैध खनन को अगर ज्यादा सख्ती से रोकथाम करनी है तो एक स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन होनी चाहिए जो सबको एक्सेप्ट हो। तो
अरावली को लेके जो फैसला आया सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। अरावली खाली पहाड़ नहीं है, ये जीवन रेखा है राजस्थान के लिए भी और जो अन्य प्रदेश से, चाहे गुजरात हो, चाहे वो दिल्ली हो, चाहे हरियाणा हो। इसलिए हमें सोचना पड़ेगा किस प्रकार से इस फैसले पे पुनर्विचार करने के लिए मजबूर करें सुप्रीम कोर्ट को भी। उसके लिए भारत सरकार को आगे आना चाहिए। दुर्भाग्य से एक तरफ तो हमारे खुद के मंत्री हैं राजस्थान के, यादव साहब यहीं पैदा हुए और यहीं पे मंत्री हैं, चुनाव जीत के गए हैं, उन्हीं के बाद मंत्रालय हैं। तो उनको खुद को सोचना चाहिए, बीजेपी को सोचना चाहिए, बजाय इसको इश्यू बनाए और गलत आंकड़े पेश करे।
All right, and with that, we're going to slip into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. News and updates will continue on the other side on CNN News 18. Do stay tuned.
Many things have changed in the last 20 years, but our partnership with you only got stronger.
Political parties.
RTI enabled India's right to know.
System needs to become more transparent.
We saw terrorism's deadliest face.
This is a terror attack on Mumbai.
Visuals that will haunt Mumbai.
A crisis that plunged the nation in panic.
We are faced with a global slowdown.
We saw India becoming cricket champs after 28 years. The nation chose a strong new leader.
Narendra Damodar Das Modi.
Indian Army.
India attacking terror on enemy soil.
Special forces crept behind enemy lines.
An invisible threat brought the nation to a standstill.
Not a single soul out here.
A space flight that filled every Indian with pride.
It's a very special lift
When
off.
only the G.
India taking its place among global leaders.
One earth, one family, one future.
Time ticked on. The headlines kept changing, but we stood with you with the same energy, the same resolve. Celebrating 20 years of CNN News 18 makes sense. This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Now, top focus at this hour, anti-India hate. It's been given free run in Bangladesh as chief of terror group ABT are gaining ground, whipping up hate against India with inflammatory speeches near Indian diplomatic mission. In Rajshahi, ISIS flags being waved in public. The Islamist rage also coincides with targeted attacks on minorities, particularly Hindus, and even Bangladesh cops admit that Dipu Chandra Das, the man who was lynched and his body set on fire, was a victim of unspeakable brutal lynching and had not indulged in blasphemy. The MEA has expressed concern over attacks on minorities in Bangladesh. It's urged authorities to bring those responsible for Dipu Chandra Das's killing to justice. In its statement, it called out the misleading propaganda about the incident at Bangladesh High Commission in New Delhi, clarifying that about 20 to 25 youth protested the killing of Das and called for minority protection. Also clarified that there was no breach of security. It was a peaceful protest. However, Bangladesh rejected these claims. Now, let's just take a look at this diplomatic row that we're seeing playing out before us between New Delhi and Dhaka. Delhi has urged Dhaka to bring those behind Das's killing to justice. Now, some would say that's a very fair ask. Deepu Chandra Das was a Bangladesh national and action has been taken is what we're given to understand. That's what Bangladesh is claiming right now. New Delhi has expressed strong concerns over attacks on minorities in Bangladesh. Dhaka is saying that linking Das's incident to minority security is unjustified. New Delhi is then saying misleading propaganda is being spread about incidents at the Bangladesh High Commission. Dhaka, on the other hand, has rejected India's claim of Bangladesh media misrepresenting the facts. Now, here's what really happened, and the ME has also put out the statement. Let me just take you through what New Delhi is saying. There were about 20 to 25 youth who protested the killing, the brutal lynching and immolation of Deepu Chandra Das in Delhi. Dhaka says, how did the protesters enter secure diplomatic zone? Delhi has then said protests for minority protection and that there was no security breach. It was just a peaceful protest against what happened in Bangladesh. To which Dhaka says Bangladesh's diplomats face death threats, inadequate security. India has ensured foreign mission safety as per the Vienna Convention, and they have been assured of this also. Bangladesh claims that ensuring diplomatic mission safety as per international conventions is supposed to be a priority. Now, let's just take a look at some of the other information that we're getting right now. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall at the Dhaka University, it's now been renamed. It's called Osman Hadi Hall. Now, this is a development that we've been tracking for you also. So this is the latest that we're getting right now. The hall here, the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall at the Dhaka University has been renamed Osman Hadi Hall. For more on this, we have with us Shami Al-Mehdi. Thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast this morning. This is what we were discussing yesterday also. Let's first start by talking about the significance of this renaming, especially under Muhammad Yunus.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Well, the fact is the renaming is not official yet. The Dhaka University Central Students Union, which is called DAKSU here, they claim that the authority have to change two particular hall. One was named after Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Hall, and the other was Sheikh Fazilatunisa Mujib Hall. So they demanded to rename both of these halls as Sharif Osman Hadi Hall and Felani Hall. So after the demand, by around 3 o'clock yesterday, they came in front of the Vice Chancellor's office and they sieged the entire area and giving so many slogans. You know, there are many slogans right now happening. So they demanded renaming these particular two halls, but the front gate and the nameplate has been already changed by them. So this is what you see in the picture. And the girls from the Fazilatunisa Mujib Hall, they came and their representative told that they will decide their hall's name by their own, not by any particular organization. And they demanded their hall to be renamed as Captain Sitara Begum, who was a freedom fighter. And later on, the student leaders from the Central Students Union, Dhaka University Central Students Union, they also demanded some other things also. They demanded that faculties, officials, and regular office holders of Dhaka University who stood against the July revolution, there should be administrative action taken for them. They demanded the authority have to, take some steps to that maybe is stepping them down, or it's like taking any kinds of special special action against them. So that's their demand. It seems like actually they want to totally banish any people who is actually kind of supporter or stayed for the previous regime. That's one thing, and they didn't even they.
Welcome back to CNN News 18. Thank you so much for staying with us. Here's what we're tracking for you right now. The BJP has secured the maximum number of seats in the Maharashtra Municipal Council and Nagar Panchayat elections, far ahead of its alliance partner Shiv Sena and NCP, as well as the opposition Mahavikas Aghadi. The BJP has emerged as the single largest party with 127 seats, while the Shiv Sena is ahead in 53 and NCP in 32. So together, the ruling Mahayuti alliance has won from more than 200 seats across the state. In contrast to that, the Mahavikas Aghadi has shown a comparatively weaker performance, leading in just 53 municipal councils and Nagar Panchayats, with the Congress ahead in 36. The Shiv Sena UBT in 9 and Sharad Pawar-led NCP-SP in 8, underscoring the opposition's struggle in these civic polls.
देखिए, मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने फिर एक बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर और हमारी महायुति पर पूरे तरीके से विश्वास दिखाया है। फिर एक बार बीजेपी ये सबसे बड़ी पार्टी बनकर उभरी है। 129 शहरों के प्रेसिडेंट, नगराध्यक्ष ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के बने हैं और एक प्रकार से लोगों ने महाराष्ट्र की सरकार के कामों पर और जो विकास का एजेंडा हमने लोगों के सामने रखा, उस पर मोहर लगाई है।
चुनाव के नतीजे सामने आए हैं। इसमें शिवसेना का स्ट्राइक रेट जो है काफी तगड़ा रहा है और जैसे लोकसभा में स्ट्राइक रेट था, विधानसभा में स्ट्राइक रेट था, वैसे ही ये स्थानीय जो चुनाव है नगर परिषद, नगर पंचायत में शिवसेना ने बरकरार रखा है। लोगों ने शिवसेना का साथ दिया है और लाडली बहनों ने भी साथ दिया है, सब मतदाताओं ने साथ दिया है। शिवसेना, कई लोग कहते थे कि शिवसेना सिर्फ ठाणे और मुंबई तक सीमित है, लेकिन अब चांदा से बांदा तक शिवसेना सभी घर घर में पहुंच गई है और शिवसेना को भारी जीत हासिल हुई है इस चुनाव में। इसके लिए मैं हमारी लाडली बहनों को और हमारे सभी मतदाताओं को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
All right, so the more information that we're getting on this, there is a rift in India bloc which is widening further. The UBT has dismissed Congress prospects altogether, saying that there's no need, in fact, to take the Congress party seriously in Mumbai. Adding to that, for the past 30 years, Congress has consistently lost the Mumbai Municipal Corporation elections. So what miracle will they perform in 2026? So there we see the cracks deepening further. Let's listen to the reactions that have been pouring in also.
आप लोग भी कमाल करते हैं। मुंबई में कांग्रेस को गंभीरता से लेने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है। मुंबई में पिछले 30 वर्षों से लगातार कांग्रेस मुंबई महानगर पालिका का चुनाव हारकर विपक्ष में बैठती है, तो 2026 में कौन सा तीर मार लेगी। कांग्रेस पार्टी मुंबई में उसी प्रकार है जैसे कोई टूरिस्ट होता है, पर्यटक होता है। आइए, घूमिए, फिरिए, होर्डिंग लगाइए, बैनर लगाइए, प्रचार करिए और चुनाव हार के अपने घर बैठिए। 16 जनवरी को जब नतीजे आएंगे तो कांग्रेस खुद अपने आप को आत्मचिंतन करेगी कि जैसे बिहार हो गया, जैसे हरियाणा हो गया, बाकी राज्यों में जो हुआ वही हाल मुंबई में भी होगा, क्योंकि मुंबई का रिश्ता हमेशा शिवसेना से रहा है। इस बार भी 16 जनवरी 2026 को हम ही जीतेंगे।
All right, for more on this, we have Yesha Kotak live with us. Yesha, there we are getting sharp reactions also. UBT saying that there is absolutely no need to take the Congress seriously. They're more like tourists here and they're not going to be able to do much in 2026, what they haven't been able to do for the past 30 years. So what's really happening here?
So when we speak of, the local body polls that just concluded yesterday, of course, the results of that have impacted the upcoming municipal corporation polls. In the middle of January is where we're expecting around 14 municipal corporations to go in for polling. Now, the reaction that we're seeing from Shiv Sena UBT, of course, after Mahayuti having a clean sweep, because clearly, when it comes to the Mahavikas Aghadi, they've been restricted to only 44 such local body wins. However, when it comes to the Mahayuti, they've gone above a figure of 207. So, which is where what's important is that that would in fact impact the internal understanding and visual understanding between the Mahavikas Aghadi. Particularly so because, when it comes to the municipal corporation elections here in Maharashtra is where we in fact already seeing that when it comes to Mahavikas Aghadi, Congress is not really willing to favor Shiv Sena UBT and the MNS on the grounds that the alliance between the two is something that Congress does not really support. So here, this very local body elections would of course have a direct impact on the alliance between Congress and the Shiv Sena UBT and MNS. In fact, in the next couple of days, what we're looking is that while the Shiv Sena UBT and MNS would announce the alliance, Congress is not very keen on going along with Raj ठाकरे. That is another contention. But yes, as far as this very results are concerned, this has directly impacted the Mahavikas Aghadi because right now, just as we inch closer to when the candidatures are to be filed, is where the seat sharing discussions are already on between both the alliance partners. Yes.
All right, Yasha, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that. Let's shift our focus now and see what's happening in the Deepam Rao case. Now, fresh twist to this entire row. In Tamil Nadu, security is on high alert at Propoganda Hill for the Sikandar Dargah's Santana Kudu ceremony, with 200 police personnel deployed due to ongoing disputes with Hindu groups over lighting the Kartigai Deepam on a nearby pillar, creating further tension and contrasting reports of the state restricting Hindu devotees, despite the court orders involving protests, arrests and differing claims over ritual access.
This is the anti-Hindu, anti-Sanatan face of DMK. On the one hand, the DMK prevents Hindus from lighting the sacred Kartigai Deepam at the Deepathun, the sacred pillar. But on the other hand, it gives permission to the Dargah there to conduct its own ceremonies and to even raise the flag. Why this double standards? Do Hindus have no rights in their own country and their own state? And Congress is with this. Uddhav Sena is with this. TMC is with this. But in reality, all of them are anti-Hindu.
All right, for more on this, we have Purnima Mulli live with us. Purnima, what are we really seeing here? Of course, now we've seen this entire Deepam Rao play out for days now. This entire Dargah ceremony also that we're going to be seeing, that has now further added to the tensions here. What can you tell us about what the situation is like on ground right now?
Well, tense situation continues to prevail in the Tirupurukundram region. Late last night, we saw protests by the Hindu outfits and local residents there because the Islam community there had gotten permission to go and hoist the flag at the Dargah, which is located atop the Tirupurukundram hill. And now the Hindu outfits had staged protests. They were later detained. They say that when Deepathun there is not being allowed to be lit, why give permission for the other community to go and hoist flag there? Remember, the festival there, that is going to take place on the 6th of January. So heavy security presence till then, because Jan 6th is when the Sandana Kudu festival is all set to be celebrated at the Dargah, which is on the 6th of Jan. So till then, heavy security there at the Tirupurukundram region, and also tense situation continues to prevail, even as the Madurai bench had reserved its order on whether the Deepathun can be lit or not. So that order is also reserved. So tense situation continues to prevail since the first week of December till now, and it is going to continue till the 6th of Jan at least.
All right, well, Bruno, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll continue to track all these developments there. As you know, for now, there is high security there and it's expected to remain like this at least till the 6th of January. Let's shift our focus now. Bengali singer Lagnajita Chakrabarti's concert, it took a turn with Mehboob Malik, the event organizer. Also, we're given to understand the school owner where this event was taking place allegedly harassed her for singing a devotional song. It's called Jago Ma instead of a secular one. Now, Malik reportedly stormed onto the stage, abused her, attempted to assault her, shouting enough of Jago Ma, now sing something secular. Chakrabarti stopped her performance and lodged a complaint at the local police station for the same. The singer also alleged that the officer in charge of the Bhagwanpur police station refused to file a case. Malik was arrested and a departmental inquiry was initiated against the officer in charge of Bhagwanpur police station for alleged negligence. This incident, it sparked a political row with the BJP alleging Malik is a local Trinamool Congress leader and accusing the state government of adopting an anti-Hindu approach. However, TMC has distanced itself from Malik's actions here.
Lagnajita, I know that you are you have come up, you have informed to police, but you are not happy because this is not our Bengal. What happened actually?
So last evening, I had started my show at around 7 in the evening and the show was going well, all smooth, no issues, no hiccups. At around 7:45, I was done singing my 7th number and I was going on to my 8th number. Before going on to my 8th number, I was just having this small interaction.
And what was this song about?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. So before going on to this 8th number, I was just having this small interaction with my audience. Like we do, introducing the new song, who has written the song, who has composed the song, all that. So this 7th song, which I was done singing, is a song called Jago Ma. It is a song from this movie called Devi Chaudhurani, which has released this puja itself, and I have sung this song. This is my song. I was done singing that song and I was talking. While I was talking, we suddenly saw a gentleman charging towards, not walking, but charging towards the stage, and within seconds he was also up on the stage. He came up on the stage and he was here, like if my face was here, he was here. And the school where I was performing last evening, that school, from their end, they were doing a video recording of my entire concert, which is a very common thing these days. It was being recorded on their camera. I don't have access to it, but if somebody can, get access to it, and if it gets out in the public, everyone can see, and people who were there that day, everyone saw that his intention was to get up on stage and his intention was to hit me. Basically, in plain words, he wanted to beat me up. That is what he wanted to do.
Unfortunate incident है उसके जब भी हम लोगों का द मोमेंट वी केम टू नो अबाउट दैट हम लोगों ने तुरंत उसको अरेस्ट करने के लिए हम लोग डिसाइड किए तो उसके बाद से रेड चल रहा था ही वाज एब्सकॉन्डिंग मोबाइल बंद करके लेकिन हम लोगों ने उसको पकड़ लिया है तो आज पकड़ा गया है कल हम लोग को कोर्ट में पेश करेंगे और उसके बाद डिमांड का प्रेयर करेंगे और आगे का जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है उसको हम लोग आगे ले जाएंगे तो इसमें जो इसको बोलते हैं हम लोग ये थोड़ा लैकडाइजिकल था कि कुछ नेग्लिजेंस था उसके चलते हम लोग डिपार्टमेंटल इंक्वायरी हैज़ बीन इनिशिएटेड वो एसडीपीओ जो है एक एसडीपीओ डीएसपी रैंक का ऑफिशियल यहाँ का एसडीपीओ करेंगे जो फाइंडिंग्स आएगा उस पर हम लोग कार्रवाई करेंगे
What is the matter with TMC? It has become Tushtikaran Pro Max. Tushtikaran mujhe chahiye. That today you cannot even sing devotional song like Jai Ma in West Bengal, but you can chant Babri Zindabad. This has shown the true face of TMC. In vote bank politics, how low will you go? This is an assault on the culture of Bengal and it is a bigger assault on Hindu Astha. And look at the manner in which today the situation is being created as if it is Islamic State. Tomorrow, what will they prohibit? Hindus from celebrating all kinds of their festivals and Astha? This shows that for vote bank politics, vote bank ki leni hai tali, to Hindu Astha ko do gali has become the pranali of TMC. one wonders what next they will do.
देखिए, लग्नजीता चक्रवर्ती एमिनेंट सिंगर, उसका साथ जो हुआ है वो अनफॉर्चुनेट है। जिस आदमी ने ऐसा किया वो गलत किया, पुलिस स्टेप ले रहा है। और लग्नजीता जी जो गाना गाए थे उसमें कोई दोष नहीं था। लग्नजीता चक्रवर्ती एक बार क्यों बार बार वो गाना गा सकती है।
आर्टिस्ट ने एक गाना गा रहा था, जागो मां। इन लोगों को ना वंदे मातरम में, ये वंदे मातरम का खिलाफ है। मातृ वंदना उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता, मातृ पूजन उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता, मां को नहीं मानते हैं। लेकिन आपका बंगाल में, ये बांग्लादेश और आप फर्क क्या है? अब मुझे बताओ, कोई फर्क है? ये अब दीपूदास बनने में कितना टाइम लगेगा और कितना बार चाहिए? हरगोविंद से आपका दिल नहीं भरा है, चंदन दास से आपका दिल नहीं भरा है, और दीपूदास चाहिए आपको बंगाल में? होने दो।
All right, for more on this, we have Kamalika live with us. Kamalika, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we've been discussing what happened at Lagnajita's event yesterday. Now we see the politics that's broken out over it. Also, what can you tell us?
See, this person has been arrested who did such heinous things, jumped in and tried to hurt her. But the bigger question is why this person will do this. Now the police is arrested and everything is done, and Lagnajita says that she will again go for the program. But the point is, why such an environment has been created so that a person like this gets an audacity to go and hurt who goes and tries to hurt a cultural person. Bengal and Kolkata is known as the cultural capital, and now the politics has also started on. Now the BJP is blaming that this person has Trinamool connection, but the Trinamool Congress, local Trinamool Congress, they have done a press conference and they have said that this person has no relation with Trinamool Congress. But this person had huge money, that's what we are coming to know, and he is the owner of this school. So, but under what ground he can say something like that? And also the cultural fraternity of Bengal is absolutely condemning this incident.
All right, well, Kamalika, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll continue to track this closely. All right, let's shift our focus for now. Rohit Sharma has revealed that he contemplated retirement after the heartbreaking defeat against Australia in the 2023 ODI World Cup final. Rohit-led India enjoyed a dream run. The men in blue won all 9 games in the league stage. They defeated New Zealand, the runners-up of the 2019 WC, in the semi-final to punch their ticket to the final. Coming into the final on the back of 10 back-to-back wins, India stumbled, suffered a 6-wicket defeat. Australia chased down the target of